This by far had to be the best episode that we have gotten in the One Punch Man series in a long time. I mean, this episode it blew last week's episode out of the water. Even though last week's episode was the best, this week's episode was even better. Because this one is the Boros arc. Like, the Boros himself is by far the best One Punch Man villain that we have currently seen. Like, he's the only villain that actually put up a good fight against Saitama. And if Saitama wasn't there, this guy would have been a god-level threat. Like, because he has the potential to blow up the Earth. And all the S-Class heroes were gathered for something. And you see all these birds, and those birds got knocked away by this one villain, like, who's working under Boros. And he's probably at the Sea King. He's probably at the same level as the Sea King, which I think he is, because, you know, the Sea King had regenerative abilities. So I think this guy had a regenerative ability just like the Sea King. He might be on his level. But yeah, this episode was just absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait till next week's episode, because next week's episode is gonna probably blow this week's episode out of the water. Episode 11 is probably going to be better. Why is my word slurring? Like, come on. It's a review. That's how nervous and excited I am for next week's episode. You gotta be excited for next week's episode. You gotta be hyped up, because Boros versus Saitama is going to be the best fight in One Punch Man that we have seen so far. The next villain, Garo, is going to be really cool too, but it's not going to be as awesome as Boros should have been. But yeah, Boros is a god-level threat, just so you guys know. Like, they put him as dragon level, but he's god level, if that's the case. Like, one guy even said, oh my gosh, this could possibly be even god level. And he's right about it. Like, that's how strong Boros is. If Saitama wasn't there, everyone would have been screwed. Like, even all the S-Class heroes. Tornado wouldn't even fight, like, wouldn't even put up a fight against Boros. Boros would have whooped her ass. And it doesn't matter if she had all these telekinesis abilities. Even if she tries to bring a meteor from the sky, it's not gonna do shit to Boros. He'll just grab the meteor and throw it at her or something. I don't know. Like, his regenerative abilities is by far the best in the universe. And Saitama actually won somehow. And what's even crazier is that Saitama won holding back, but it looked like he went all out against him. But next week's episode is gonna be a lot better. I read the manga, you know, I'm all caught up, but I gave this episode 11 out of 10. Next week's episode is going to be possibly a 20 out of 10. But leave me a like below if you haven't subscribed. This is JJ Uchiha, and have an awesome day.